So good evening. So in this video we are going to discuss about the remaining types of comparator. Okay. So sigma comparator as well as electronic comparator and pneumatic comparator. So these are all the comparator we are going to discuss over here. So in this one, actually the sigma comparator, it have the Y-arm. So the Y-arm centrally they are placing the driving drum. So in the driving drum only the pointer has to be fixed. Then comes into the that Y arm is connected to the length L bar, and it is connected to the moving block and fixed block. Okay, so the figure moving block is connected with the knife edge, and the knife edge is placing in the V groove. It will be placed on the V groove over here, and that V groove, the plunger is V groove. That one is connected to the plunger. Okay, so the plunger, below the plunger the measuring job has to be placed over it. So initially they are going to keep the uh, this one, the standard component. Afterwards they are going to check the whichever component, suppose any variation is there, automatically the plunger connected with the rectangular bar, it is going the connected with the bar is going to move. Okay, so that the knife edge it will be deflect, so along with the moving bar slightly it will be deflect, so that the Y arm the changes its position, so that the Y arm, the driving drum rotates with the help of the thread. Okay, so the whatever deflection it will taking place, that we can note down with the help of the pointer. Pointer movements, the pointer movement around the pointer the scale is fixed, so from that we're going to identify how much variation it will be take place in the compound. Okay, so like this way this sigma comparator it will be works. So here I is the distance from the pivot to the knife edge. So here I is the difference between the pivot to the this knife edge. So this is the knife edge to the pivot. Okay, and comes into the next thing, L is the length of the Y arm. So this is the Y arm, the length of the Y arm from the mobile block, and comes into the R is the driving drum radius. So the radius, driving drum radius is the R. So D is the length of the pointer. So along with that, the total manipulation is the L by I into D by R. From that the magnification we can form. Okay, so this is about the sigma comparator. This sigma comparator is mechanical comparator, and this also does not require any external devices to operate this particular device. Okay, so then comes into the next thing, the mechanical optical comparator. So there is no such a pure optical comparator is available, because here some of the linkages and other thing it can be used over there, so that it is also called as mechanical optical comparator. See, so the plunger and the lever are used over here, so that there is no pure optical comparator is available over here. Okay, so in this mechanical optical comparator, the light sources they will providing from the help of condenser, it's going to condense the rays towards to the projection lens. The projection lens is going to project the lens towards to the mirror is deflects the beams into the screen over there. Okay, so um, here, once the light sources, it will be scattered in the various directions. So the beams, whichever things it will be going to placed on the condenser lens, going to condense on the projector lens. Okay, the projection lens is project the beams through the mirror. The mirror it will be going to project the deflect the beams into the screen. Okay, so and if initially we are going to keep the the standard component over here, then we are going to get note down the reading, they will be going to set down over here in the screen. Okay, afterwards whichever the component going to place over here. Suppose the component dimension it will be varies. What happens, the plunger it will be slightly moves. So due to that, here the pivot, it going to change its position, so that the beam it will be deflects. The deflection rate we are going to measure with the help of the screen. Okay, so like this way we are going to measure the variation in the component. Okay, so this is called it as mechanical optical comparator. Then comes into the electrical comparator. The electrical comparator we are using over here as a LVDT, linear variable differential transducer. So usually it is going to change the linear displacement into the. So this linear variable differential transformer, it converts the displacement into the electrical signal. Okay, so if you check over here, so the iron core is placed over here. Here the two primary windings and the secondary windings are placed. Okay, so normally in between the magnetic flux it will be taking place. Suppose the magnetic core, it will be goes inside, the changes in the magnetic flux taking place, so that it will be noted with the help of the electrical signal. Okay, so normally the transducer is changes the one form of energy into the another form of energy. Here the mechanical movement, the plunger movement, it will be converted into the electrical signal. So that's what it is also called it as linear variable differential transducer. So once the this iron core, it will be goes over inside between the primary and secondary windings, the takes place. The changes in the magnetic flux, it will be takes place, that will be noted down with the help of the that electrical signal. So that value you can note down, that is the changes in the one. So here also first initially we are going to keep the standard component, so then value you can note down. After that we are going to check the whichever component we are going to check. Okay, like this way this electrical comparator it will be work. Then comes into the next one, pneumatic comparator. Mainly this pneumatic comparator is to employ the checking the cylinder bores. Okay, so for that this pneumatic comparator will be works. So here the construction, it have the compressor, filter, orifice and gauging head, and manometer and water tank is placed over here. The help of the compressor, the pressurized air it will be sending over there. With filter it will be remove the dirt particles, and it goes via the small orifice, it goes into the gauging head. Gauging head, there are two openings, while one is this side, another one this side. So this gauging head we are going to keep the inside the uh, cylinder bore. So if any variation it will be takes place, the discharging rate it will be reduced, so that it will be comes and changes in the act over here. Okay, in the manometer level. So from that whatever changes it will be taking place due to the back pressure, that reading you can note down with the help of the manometer. Suppose while coming here, the some of the excess pressure it will becomes means that it will be went away from via this water level over here. Okay, the variation in the manometer reading we can note down the values over here. So first initially we are going to check the standard component. After that we are going to check the whichever component we are going to measure. Okay, so in the gauging, suppose the variation it will be more, the less pressure, so that more pressure it will becomes, that will be act on this uh, uh, manometer level. Suppose here the pressure, uh, it will be variation, that also can note down with the help of this manometer. So like this way the pneumatic comparator will work. So normally the pneumatic comparator mainly it will be used for checking the cylinder bores. Okay, so for that it can be employed. So normally it will be cheaper, and also it is the magnification level is high. Okay, the direct it is not directly contact with the component, so that the accuracy, there is no wear and tear, it will be takes place. Okay. And also uh, the ovality, the roundness, it can be easily checked with the help of this pneumatic comparator. Okay. So this is about the comparator. With that, this model get the end will end.